Hey, what up fuckers? It's your boy Abow from Project Rogue coming at you today with another script breakdown. In this series, we break down the scripts that are live within Project Rogue Roleplay. We show you how they work and we show you some core functionalities of the script. In today's episode, we will be sitting down with our brand new housing system that is coming to Project Rogue 3.0 very soon. Not only will we be showcasing the functionality of the script for the players who are buying the houses, but also for the Dynasty A agents that will be selling the houses to our players. In our new housing, it encompasses everything great from 2.0 housing and introduces a ton of new features in 3.0. With tons of optimizations, a plethora of new furniture at the new furniture store, everything being interacted through target and context menus, the ability to add furniture to MLO and IPLs, along with a brand new user interface, we are sure that you will love 3.0 housing. Enough of the chit-chatting, let's hop right into today's video and show you what you have to expect. With the launch of 3.0 housing, we only thought it was right to upgrade the Dynasty office due to the fact that we will now be bringing on civilian real estate agents. On the map, you can find the Dynasty office simply by finding the two tall green buildings that are on the left-hand side of the city. A Dynasty A agent can be contacted via your phone, via the service app, or the built-in phone number that's on your phone. Alternatively, the player can just stop by the Dynasty A office at any time they want and visit the center. Here at the main office, you will find the IPL catalog, the shell catalog, and the business center for employees to hire, fire, manage funds, and check applications. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. To apply for a real estate position, third eye the front desk, and you can apply via the application. The shell catalog can be found on the first floor at this wooden door. Pressing E will open up the DA catalog and show you every single type of shell interior we offer. To preview an interior, you simply just click it and then you'll go to the bottom option, Preview Home. Each shell can be walked through thoroughly, and once you are done, simply go back to the front door and third eye it. With over 140 plus shells to pick from, we think that you will find the correct interior for your property you're after. Now that we have checked out the shell catalog, let's go on upstairs and check out the IPL computer to check out our IPL catalog. An IPL is an instance interior that allows the player to actually see outside of the building, making it 10 times more immersive. These properties are typically pre-furnished, but players can actually furnish these interiors as well. We will follow the same process that we did down here. We will find an interior and hit preview, and we can take a walkthrough through the home. Here we can see that we have working windows and we can actually see the city and the cars driving down below us. IPLs definitely offer a next level to roleplay, as it feels very immersive and very real when you're roleplaying, having people over to your house. With over 80 plus options in IPL interiors, we are sure that you will find an awesome interior for your roleplay and your scenarios. Now that we have shown you these catalogs, let's go ahead and move on over to the boss's office, where they will control the D8 and the employees with it. If you are the boss or the manager for Dynasty 8, you can walk up to this computer and hit your E button, where you will open up the menu to manage funds, hire and fire employees. Bosses and managers can also third eye the laptop on the desk to access the application. Here they can view applications, change the application, or turn on and off recruit mode. Also, if any employees need to print out any type of flyers or any type of documents, you can use this printer and put in the URL there. Now that we have shown you our beautiful new D8 office, we find it important to mention something that we can't show in the video, and that is the role play. There's a lot of role play that goes in between buying a home, between the character and the Dynasty A agent selling the home. They will of course meet up, talk about a lot of things. They'll go over pricing, they'll go over what interior they're looking for, they'll see what section that they're looking for, they'll see what zone in the city they're looking for. They're gonna do a lot of things that we just cannot show you here because it's roleplay. However, after that roleplay is done, they have gotten an approved price from the owner of Dynasty 8 and they are ready to sell the home and set it up. What does that look like? Let's go ahead and take a deep dive into what it looks like to be a Dynasty A agent and setting up houses. For the first demonstration, we will be setting up an IPL and we'll also be setting up an apartment complex. Apartment complexes feature multiple properties at one door, great for complexes, compounds, etc. To begin creating a house, you simply hit your tilde button, go to Dynasty 8 and hit create. Once you hit the create button, the new user interface will populate, and it's very easy to understand what these values are. The home name will be the name that is displayed to the user when they're opening their user interface. The home price option is the price that the Dynasty 8 owner has decided, so you will input that there. Our next option will be the home type. You can either select shell, IPL, or MLO. For this tutorial, we're going to be doing IPL. Our next option will be choosing the interior that the customer has selected. For this tutorial, we're doing the Mile High Club, so I'm going to go all the way to the bottom and click the Mile High Club. Something to note very quickly is to make sure that this is the interior that the customer wants. After you lay it down, it cannot be reversed and you will have to do the process over again. Now that we have selected our interior, we go to complex type, and for this tutorial, we are doing an apartment. In the next one, we'll do an individual. Your next option will be home is for sale or for rent. For this tutorial, we are only going to do sale. Renting and mortgage will come later on in 3.0. The three options at the bottom are optional and do not need to be ticked if you do not want to. For this tutorial, we will skip them. Now we can go ahead and create a house and name the complex that we want. The complex name is showed in the user interface, so make sure to make it something that makes sense and for the complex that you're creating. Once you hit enter and type in that name, you will hit your E button to lay the entrance for that property. Now we can see that there is an apartment menu here, and there we are. We have the Mile High Club, and we can go ahead and preview this interior. Always remember to leave the property. You simply go to the front door and third eye it to exit the home. Now let's go ahead and finish out this apartment complex by adding another apartment here. Again, I'm going to fly through this house creation really quickly just to show you the example. Once we are completed, now what we can do is create the house, and we see this option on our right hand side to either add to the nearest apartment or make a new one. Here we're going to add to this apartment. We're then going to go ahead and close the UI, and now we can see that we have two interiors at this apartment. Let's go ahead and take a look at the preview of interior 2. Now that we have shown you how to create an apartment, let's go ahead and delete an apartment. To delete an apartment, we simply do command delete apartment. You'll then do space and the apartment's name. For this one, we'll delete Mile High Club 2. A notification will populate at the top letting you know that you have successfully deleted it. Then what you want to do is take a step back and forward. You'll see that Mile High Club 2 is gone. Alternatively, if you want to get rid of an entire apartment, do command/delete home, and that'll delete the entire apartment complex. We typically don't ask real estate agents to delete homes, and that'll be more for a real estate manager or boss to do. All right, so you have learned how to set up an apartment, you've learned how to set up an IPL, and you've learned how to delete both of them. Let's go ahead and set up a shell for an individual property now. The house creation process is pretty similar, but only a couple things differently. Let's go ahead and start creating the home. Here, we'll go ahead and put in the home's name. This isn't an apartment, so we want to get the street address in the postal. Here we can see we're at 7328 on Mere Park Boulevard. So we want to put in 7328 Mere Park Boulevard. Now that we have our name there, we'll of course put in the home price that the Dynasty 8 manager or boss gave us. And then we'll select home type and we'll select shell. Here you will select the shell that the customer wanted. Here I'm going to start with this first shell. For our complex type, we're going to do individual since this is a house and we will not have multiple people having multiple properties here. Again, we'll select sale for this home and then we will select the bottom three options to show those. Let's go ahead and create this house. Our first option will be setting the entrance with our E button. Our next option will be setting the garage with our E button. Always make sure that your character is facing the way that you want the car to pull out. After we have laid those two positions down, we can now select our interior. Here, you can see the shell that we have selected from the get-go. If we want to, we can rotate it or raise and lower it via the control panel that is shown in the bottom right. For me, it's my arrows, my comma, and my period. This allows you to strategically place them to make sure that the shadows and the lighting inside of the house look proper. We can also shuffle through interiors if this is not the interior that we originally intended for. Once we have found the interior of the shell that we wanted, we can press enter and that will create our property. Walking up to the property, we can see that we now have a buy menu and we can go ahead and preview 7328 Mirror Park Boulevard. Now you have learned how to set a shell property and set it up for an individual. Now let's take a look at how to set up an MLO. An MLO is a property that can be walked into without any type of loading. This isn't a shell, this isn't an instance, this is a straight up 3D model that you can walk into and actually live in. These are typically mansions, other type of houses, compounds, etc., etc. For this, I will go ahead and pull the postal, which is 6068. This is in the Vinewood Estates, so it'll be 6068 Vinewood Estates. Then we will enter in the house price that the Dynasty 8 manager or boss has given us. After that, we'll select our home type, which is MLO. And for the home for, we're gonna put for sale. We'll tick all three options at the bottom and then we'll create our home. After you've done that, you'll go into a 3D perspective mode where you'll use your WASD to fly around. You can see that there is a red bar in the middle right here. To move this, we're going to utilize the bottom control panel in the bottom right. Let's go ahead and move this bar over here to the corner. The idea of this is to create it so there is a box around the MLO that you want. Hit G to lay down the points. Here I've laid down a point in that corner and now I'm making it into the next corner. You will continue to lay points down until you have wrapped it around the entire property and the entire property is in the green box. Always remember that if you forget any control, the control panel on the bottom right will show you how to control the creator. Once we have completed the box around the property, we can hit X to finish this up. Once we do that, we can now set our home entrance, which will be right here, and then we'll go ahead and set our garage entrance. Always remember, face the direction that you want the car to come out. After that, we just need to set up our wardrobe and our property management hub, and we're good to go. Now that this property is all set up and good to go, the people can come in, they can view the property, and then they can purchase it. Now that we have showed you how to lay down a property, we've shown you how to make an apartment, we've shown you how to make a shell, and we've shown you how to make an IPL, let's take a look at what it looks like for our customer to purchase their property. To buy a property, it's very easy. You walk up, you hit E to buy house, and then you buy the home. All you need to make sure is that your money is in the bank and it'll cover the payment. Congratulations, you have bought your first house. These next steps are strictly for MLO owners. They will go to their tilde, hit house, and they can add doors to the locked locations that they want. Here we can see I can add either one door or a double door using the 2-door. Here I'm gonna go ahead and hit one door, and you see that if I hit E, it now has a lock on the door. So if I just go ahead and I hit my E button once more, it's locked. And if I hit it again, it'll unlock. You can also add this to any door that you want, like garage doors, back doors, sliding doors, etc., etc. A great new feature to your home as a homeowner is you can set up a CCTV at your front door. Here, I'll add CCTV, and what you want to do is set E button for your heading. You want to face in the direction of the heading that you want the camera to face. Now we can look to our right, and this will be the max right rotation that the camera will use. Hit your E button to set this. Then look to your left, and this will be the max left rotation that your camera will use. After we're done, we can go up to our house management office where we can take a look at this. Hitting our E button, we can open up our management menu where we can furnish, edit furniture, pay our mortgage, rename our home, view front door camera, sell home, or transfer home. Let's go ahead and take a look at that CCTV that we set up. Using your AWSD, you can move the camera around. Here, you can see that I'm able to fully move the camera around and see who's outside and the live environment out my front door. This can be done on shells and MLOs along with IPLs that are individual complexes. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the rename your house feature. Renaming your house will allow you to have your blip on the map display a custom name. Here, you can see it says 6068 Vinewood Estates. Let's go ahead and rename it. And now we can see that my name on the map is The Mansion. Next, let's take a look at how we can furnish our house. Here, I hit the furnish home and I have no furniture, so I got a notification saying I have none. Alternatively, I could hit my tilde and go to house and hit furnish as well. Let's head up north to the furniture store where we can buy some furniture. In 3.0, we went all out and we actually now have a complete furniture store for our players to be able to buy furniture from. Simply head into the store and head up to a cash register to check out all of the furniture options. There are a ton of options for furniture, making endless possibilities for any type of combinations, for any type of property. Whatever type of player you are in roleplay, you will be able to create a house that fits your style and your character's needs. Of course, that is only at Project Rogue. Once we have gathered all of the type of furniture that we want, we can return home and start furnishing our house. Remember, simply hit the tilde button, go to house, and hit furnish. Here, we will see a list of all of our furniture that we can set down. Let's go ahead and set down this gun lock. The gun locker can be moved and is a 3D object highlighted in a pink highlight to make it easier to see the object and see through it. Here, if I come on over to any type of wall or anywhere that I really want and I can hit my tilde button again, it'll bring this object to me. I can rotate the object utilizing the control panel in the bottom right. If I want to, I can set it on the ground by hitting Z. And then using my comma and my period button, I can go ahead and rotate this object around. Let's go ahead and get it centered up, and this should be good to go. To finalize and finish out placing this furniture, we simply hit our E button and it will set the prop down where we can walk up to it and third eye it to open up the storage. You can also place furniture on top of other furniture. Let's go ahead and take this arms crate where we will put it on top of this table. Remember, I can hit my tilde button to bring that object here, and then I'm going to go ahead and rotate it around and place it over here. We can also make sure that we hit our Z to make sure that it's on top of the glass table. Now, of course, you are going to want to edit your furniture at some point, so let's go ahead and hit the edit furniture option. A line will highlight green once you have selected a proper piece of furniture. Let's say that I want to go ahead and I just want to move this around a little bit. I can go ahead and I can move that right over here. We can see that the storage still has my items inside of it. Let's say that I want to move this completely somewhere else. Let's go ahead and edit the furniture and delete it. Once I've deleted that furniture, it goes back into my furniture list. Let's say that I just want to move it over to another side of my house or into a garage or anywhere else. I simply hit furniture, I will hit my weed tub, and I can set this wherever I want. If we do remember, I deleted that prop though, so in hindsight, is my weapon still going to be there since I removed it from the world? The answer is yes. It captures all metadata and places it right back in when you place it down. The only way that you will lose your items inside of this tub is if you delete it and sell the object back to the store. Here, I'm going to go to furnish and I'm going to sell the weed tub. I have gotten rid of the weed tub and it is no longer with me, meaning I just lost out on that pistol inside the weed tub. Make sure not to sell furniture if you don't want to lose what's inside of them. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is our brand new 3.0 housing system coming to your city. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up and drop a comment in the comment sections below what you are most excited for about this housing system. If you yourself are looking to do these awesome things within roleplay, then look no further. Head on over to www.projectrogueroleplay.com today to get whitelisted. Alternatively, you can find us on Discord at discord.gg/projectrogue. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are at in the world. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey, yo, you still there? Well, shit. I mean, now that it's just me and you, might as well show you some of the good shit, right? In 3.0, we truly tried to change the experience that you were going to get when you joined our server. Here, I'm going to go ahead and create a property like you've seen throughout this entire video. However, it's going to have a pretty specialized interior for any type of gang, crew, or faction that might want to take on a drug enterprise by themselves. Or maybe money laundering, maybe gun running. Whatever you want to do, I'm sure you'll find it. Well, I'm glad me and you could sit down and showcase some cool shit to you on the low. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm gonna see you fuckers in 3.0. Later.